Hello, thanks for tuning in and welcome to the pool party. I hope you can swim because we're definitely diving into the deep end with a huge splash of truth, facts, evidence, information, and proof. Swim. Say what you mean. It's talk about talking. How we listen, how we hear, how we speak, how we hear what we're listening to when we speak, how a listener hears what we're saying, if what we're saying, what they're actually hearing and or understanding. Is it clear? Swim. Say what you mean. Well, that's just the beginning of understanding, because after we get that understanding, how do we accept it? How we respond if it's not what we expect is paramount. Are you okay with the truth? Are you man, woman, human, or spiritual enough to accept the truth? Let's find out. Welcome to The Swimming Pool with your host, Travis Bridges.
Bam! Good evening, everybody, and welcome to The Swimming Pool. SWYM. That is the acronym for Say What You Mean. I have a question for you. You ready for the question? The question is, are you saying what you mean? Are you meaning what you say? If you are not, this would be a good time. We still have a few more days left in the first month of the new year for you to tag along and drag along a New Year's resolution. That means the stuff that you say you're going to do to get the new year going. So one of those things is to say what you mean what you say. I'm pretty sure that I have been called, anointed, and appointed to do what? To bring awareness to how we listen here and pay attention to what we're listening and hearing. It's very important. I read the book. I saw the movie. I've been there. I did that. I got a t-shirt and some tears to even prove it. That listening is very important. Hearing is maybe even more important than that. Paying attention trumps it all. Gathering information along the way is the only way you can make good, sound decisions. Because if you hear something in the beginning and you allow your feelings, thoughts, beliefs, and emotions to play a part, you're going to respond or react in a way that may or may not be effective, efficient, or even beneficial. However, if you hear something, see something, feel something, observe something, and then you take your time and say, okay, I'm going to walk it out. And then you do that. You have an opportunity to listen, hear, pay attention, instead of just going on how you feel, what you think, and what you have a strong belief in. I've been preaching that for a long time, and I don't know why. Just before COVID, I started thinking of, doing something with my background in radio, and I didn't know what I would do, but I thought I would do something. I was thinking of doing an online radio station or something. I had no clue. But as COVID rounded the corner and forced me in the studio like many of my other colleagues, and we started playing the music, I thought, I don't want to be out here on the sax every week. So after a few weeks, it didn't get old, but I just thought, okay, I just can't do this. I'm not a jukebox. I can't play that many songs in a few weeks, and I can't learn that many. I guess I could, but I didn't want to. So I decided that since I'm here, I've learned how to live stream and how to make a few connections. And of course, all the stuff I've learned, I don't even use my studio anymore. I just slap my laptop out or my phone, depending on where I am, and then I just go live. I think the message is more important than the fanciness of the studio. And at some point in time, I will get, a stable place and do some more live stuff in so many different ways. I have no idea how my steps are going to be ordered, but I believe that because I'm a good dude and the steps of a good dude are ordered by the Lord, I just think at some point in time I'll get to where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to get there. But back to my point, I thought I would, just start doing something with my ability to communicate, speak. And as I started going, it started to take form. And I just made a commitment that I was just going to be here every week on Wednesday night. I started at 9 o'clock, but then, time will catch up with you. And I realized that, okay, you're not the spring chicken that you think you are, dude. So when I started changing my diet just a little bit and started to, go to bed early, I realized that I would get sleepy. Well, I would wake up early. I realized I would get sleepy earlier also. And I understand the importance of rest now. So I like to try to be heading for the bed around 7, 8 o'clock, like, old people like me do. And 9 o'clock just got to be too late. So I haven't decided on what time. I just figured it'll be Wednesday sometime around sunset and, whenever I get to it. So forgive me for not having a specific time. But Wednesday night, I'm still here. But what happened, I kind of morphed into swim, say what you mean. And that kind of morphed into, how important it is to pay attention and listen. Little did I know that I would be the one, in a situation, how do I say this? In a situation where, I needed to be, to try to explain that. But, it's right on time. It's right where I need to be. And it proves itself every day with everything I have to interact, whether it's something really, really, really big or something, minute. Because you can't go wrong when you're paying attention, when you're listening, when you're hearing. And if you're allowing yourself to be open to truth, for one, to information, evidence, facts, and proof as it relates to anything, something as simple as, who had the right of way in the parking lot, at the mall. You ever be sitting there with your light on and somebody will come in real fast because they have a little small car and then they're faster than you. They just get in the spot and you're sitting there already waiting with your light on, your signal, and then they'll say, well, whatever. And that's how stuff gets started because people are inconsiderate and they're just wrong. And, stuff like that. You need to be able to use wisdom and just, just be considerate of things and people. I mean, think about it. You're sitting there and somebody cuts you off just because they could get to the space before you. There's something called universal principles, points of references. And a point of reference would say, if I arrived first, I'm sitting there with my signal on, and then you drive up real fast and get me, you're probably, not going to be the one that's right. But if you get in the parking space, maybe you think that is right. But you'll get what's coming to you if you do that. Anyway, I don't want to get too far off subject. Today is a special day, and there's no way I can share, what my heart is experiencing at this very moment. And I won't even try. I believe that all things are in due season when they're supposed to happen. And, that's just the way that is. And I'm just going to be okay with it. I am going to say this, though. The Bible says, I've never seen, there's a song I've got. I'm going to play it next week. I'm going to play that song. I don't have a video of it, but it's a song called, I think it's Donald Lawrence and Tri-City. It says, I've never seen the righteous. I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor a seed begging for bread. That's the scripture. So I did a cover tune of that. And my mother used to tell me that. My mother used to always tell me, son, do the right thing. I taught that to my son. And it's unfortunate that in this day and time, not everybody has been taught that, and not everybody adheres to that. Sometimes people do what they want to do, what they feel, what they believe, and what they, just feel like maybe they can just get away with. That's a whole nother story, and I won't get into it. I'm going to get into how my day unfolded. I've been kind of moving through each day cautiously and carefully, waiting to hear, waiting for instructions on how to shake and bake, move and groove, hit it and quit it, and all that good stuff. And today, I did something that I had been threatening to do for a long time, and that's go out on the street and play. When I've been doing some traveling lately, one of my friends said, man, just start playing. I'm just not that kind of guy. I'm a little more organized than that. So I never wanted to be a busker. That's a new word that I learned about, my profession. Street musicians who play on the street, like you see in St. Louis, not St. Louis. I'm really sleepy. New Orleans, rather. I'm talking about St. Louis. Like you see, the street musicians, they play. I've just never been that kind of musician because it's just not where I was never even in marching band because I just felt like my horn was for a more exquisite place, not outside in the weather or on the field, in the marching band. I always thought it was cool and I love to watch marching bands, but I was just a different kind of player, called for a different time, place, and season. But I think I've been called to the streets, street ministry or whatever. So what I did today, I went out on the street, more like the beach, and I just plugged up my horn with my new technological stuff, and I just started playing, and it was so cool to see that reaction. It was very much out of my element. I almost kind of felt naked because there were no walls around me. There was no door entry. It's just like, whoa, here I am out here, But I did it, and it was cool. But just as I was setting up, some other things were in the works that I guess were set in order even before the foundation of the earth that I didn't know about, that I kind of sort of had been waiting on for some time now. Just kind of happened. And as I was setting up, I kind of got that news and it's like, whoa, okay, well, that's cool. I still have to sit here and play because I'm already out here. People are kind of watching like, what's this boy doing out here with all of this stuff? I'm so off topic. I did do an interview from the beach today with some cool people that I met, while I was out there, and I'm going to play that for you. But I'm going to say this just before I pull that video up. It's easy to be discouraged when you are going through trials, when you're waiting for breakthroughs. It's easy to become discouraged. Many people get so discouraged that they take their own lives. And that's so unfortunate because although I'm grateful that I haven't reached that point, and I don't think I have those characteristics, I'm grateful that, there's a hedge around me that keeps me from even thinking, that way. But I do understand that sometimes people can be so overwhelmed that they lose it. And I don't support that. I really don't. I think if you need help from stress or, mental anguish, or, just find it in some kind of way. Some people who are into religion, and for lack of a better word, I'll say that for myself. I do believe in a higher power. Some people say it's God. They say Allah. I don't care. I do believe in a supreme being, and I believe that something or someone, some way, somehow created me, and whoever or whatever that is was here, is still here, and will be here, long before and after we're all gone. And I have a strong belief in that. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. And I hope that maybe one day I will discover the fullness of whatever that is that some people find in church on Sunday morning, that some people find, in different ways. But I do believe it. And I believe if we can somehow tap into that within inside of us, we can get some answers sometime. If nothing else, we can get enough strength to make it through and to another day. I could be on that for a long time, but I won't, because I have a video and I have a song. I have a good old down home gospel song slash video that I'm going to play at the very end of my video, but I'm going to go into it. Christine Anthony Morrow is in the house. Thank y'all so much. Christine finally showed up last week. Thank you, Christine. I don't know where you've been, but I'm glad you're back. And I appreciate you showing up even now with me coming on late. I am sleepy. I'm going to hop in the shower. I'm going to get me some good rest. I'm going to get my workout in the morning. And I'm going to be excited about what's next for me. And I know it's a whole lot more than I could ever imagine or think. I just have the guts, nerve, and craziness to believe that good things are on the way. And good things, all things work together for the good of those who actually not just love, but actually believe in that supreme being, whatever it is. Call it what you want, but I am a believer in what I've been taught, that it is. I know it's hard sometimes, be looking up in the sky, tell my Lord. Well, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about digging deep within yourself and knowing that there's a strong higher power that can hear and will direct you if we tap into that. It's not easy. It's never easy. As a matter of fact, it's almost impossible. But the strong will and do survive. The weak sometimes fall by the wayside and can be redeemed and even restored. But I won't get into that. I'm going to get on with this video. I'm going to take a real short break. And when I come back, I'm going to play the video, then I'm going to play the song, and then I's going to sleep. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I always say this is therapy for me, and it is. And I look forward to the day that I am able to interact with people, based on my ability to listen and hear. And sometimes I'll have a guest on, or sometimes, if I ever have the opportunity to interact with somebody, I like to ask questions. I like to pay attention to what someone is actually saying as it relates to how they're feeling and their thinking. And I really do enjoy it. I'm not going to be embarrassed that I have a desire to engage. I get teased sometime, and that's okay. Laugh all you want. But, I enjoy interactions that are engaging, and intelligent, of course. I don't like fool talk, as the old folk would say, but I like listening to people explain what they're saying whenever I feel like maybe they're not sure. And it's just interesting to me. What did Christine say? I know, that's right. Exactly. Thank you, Christine. All right, I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back with the video. And it's short. It's only like, how long is that video? 15, 16 minutes, I think. And then I'm going to play my good old-fashioned down-home praise worship song, rather. It's so appropriate for such a time as this. But anyway, I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to be with my guest in video from the day. It's really cool. I had a good time. I keep saying I'm going to go. But I actually played on the beach today, and there was one lady, and you'll see her in the video. I could see her off in my peripheral vision, and she was tuned in, and she sat there for about 90% of the time, and she just listened. And although people were passing by and stopping, people were, dropping a little dollars, some change on me, today, and I was definitely grateful for that. But there was this one lady that was sitting there, and I knew she was engaged, and she caused me to dig a little deep, and I appreciate that when people appreciate what it is I'm doing. I don't always play to be heard or seen, and I said that in the video also. But when I can tell someone is tapping in to what it is I'm trying to do in terms of ministry or therapy for others with, what comes through me, I appreciate it and I notice it. Anyway, I'm going to get going. I'll be right back. Until the next time, take good care of yourself. I'll say it again at the end of the video. But find someone you need to say I love you to. Don't just say it. Mean it. Let it be true. All that stuff. I love you very much myself. Okay? All right. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
The Swimming Pool with Travis Bridges is a talk segment about talking. Talk about talking? Yes, talk about talking. It's designed to bring awareness to how we listen, how we hear, and what we do with the information we receive during communication. The mind is automatically programmed to protect the body and soul. It displays that through each and every encounter we experience. If any part of the body is threatened, the mind will automatically issue the flight command. The flight command to retreat to safety. Well, that same command is also deployed when our ego is threatened. The ego, yes, the ego. It's so natural and common, it happens oftentimes without us even knowing. Engaging in conversation and staying focused on what is present is considered mental fitness. It strengthens our emotions and helps us to gain control of our circumstances instead of having our circumstances overtake our thinking and our very existence. It's a difficult task to achieve because our feelings, beliefs, and desires are so strong that it causes us to totally disregard even the most common or basic reasoning. This live stream is only here to bring awareness to that subconscious process. Nothing or no one is actually wrong. However, the idea of being open to anything outside of what we've already concluded is golden, especially if the new information is transparent. The swim developers would like to say thanks for supporting, watching, listening, and sharing this information. Now, back to the swimming pool. Let's dive in and swim.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to SWIM, SWIM. That is the acronym for Say What You Mean. I am Travis Bridges. Of course, I am live and on location, and I have guests today. But before I tell you about my guests, I've got to remember to look in the camera, because I was just telling my guests that, you know, when you're like looking in the camera and you don't know you're on the camera, you're looking at yourself, and you're going like this, and the audience is looking at you and just talking. So I'm going to look back into the camera. So what I did today was something I have never done before in my entire life, and I have someone here that shared it with me, and we're going to talk about it today. I've been playing the saxophone since I was 10 years old, and lately I've been doing all private gigs, whether it's a corporate event, a private wedding, or something like that. That's just all I've been. I haven't been anywhere out in public. So people who like me, they'll say, well, where can we come and hear you play? And I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I'll try to smuggle someone into a gig, but that hasn't worked out too well in the past. So what I decided I would do, I bought myself a Christmas gift over the holidays, and there's those speakers that I had out there. They are high-tech, battery-powered, and they're designed for what I'm doing. I've never played on the streets in my entire life. For some reason, I just thought that's just not who I am. I just don't know how to do that, so I don't do it. So if I'm not in the studio or on stage or somewhere, I just don't do it. But because I've been traveling so much, I need to be able to play that way. So I saw these speakers, Electro Voice, I'm going to give them a plug. They came out with a new speaker, and I checked them out at first, and then I purchased them over the holidays as a gift for myself. And it's like I didn't know when I was going to get out and do it. So today I was feeling real good. And it was just so happened the same day that I felt like getting out and just playing for free, just from my heart and from my soul. I didn't even know it was going to be a full moon. And I used to hear my mother when I was a little boy, she would say, play, son, play. And my mother was really religious, and she would say something like, play to the glory of God. Of course, you know, well, I won't talk about my mother. Rest in peace, Mom, I love you. But I could just hear her whenever I'm playing. She'll say, play, son, play. And then she told me something. She said, your music is different. Your music is special. She said, your music can touch where most people can't even reach. And I hear that and I feel that. So when I interview myself, or when I talk about myself, and I talk about the difference between me and what I see in other musicians. I don't play because I'm handsome and good looking and I wear the best cologne. That's not why I play. I don't play to be seen or heard. I really hope that anyone that witnesses what I have to offer, that they feel it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce my audience to my new friends that I met today, and they're to my left and right. You guys can't see them yet, but I'm kind of leaning on the bench out at the beach. I came out to the beach, y'all, just to celebrate and to give thanks for God being so good to me. I tell you, I've been living for a long time, and I just said to someone the other day, regardless of how much trouble I've ever been in, I've never been forsaken, and I've come very close, but I've always been rescued, and I think that's because of my true good heart. I think I've been saved from the raft of so many bad things. With that being said, I'm going to talk to my guests to my left and to my right. They're going to tell who they are, and then they're going to share with you guys what it was like to hear, see, and feel my music. You guys ready? Are you ready?
We're ready.
Remember, I said you got to talk loud.
Okay.
So, okay, tell me now. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Valerie, and I am from St. Paul, Minnesota.
St. Paul, Minnesota. I wore my Vikings shorts today to the gym, and when I was a little kid, my little league football team was the Vikings. So the Vikings is in my heart. Although I live in South Florida, and I'm a New England Patriots and a Dolphins fan. So hate if you want to. But what are you doing on vacation for a little while here?
We have been coming to Hollywood for quite a number of years. We always come to the same place. We always sit on this bench at sunrise and sunset.
And you've never seen anything like what you saw today?
We have not heard anything music like yours before.
I'm going to come back to you, but I want to talk to my buddy over here. What's your name? Where are you from?
Jerry, St. Paul, Minnesota also.
Okay, I had on my Viking shorts today. I told that story already. But, okay, so you heard me talk to her. I'm going to go back and get her answer. But I want you to tell me, this is your first time ever seeing a musician out here on this bench?
Someone of this quality, yes.
Okay, so tell me what you heard, what you saw, and what you felt.
I saw you when you were first setting up, and it was fantastic. It was that kind of smooth jazz that just kind of makes you want to get up and dance.
Okay,
I couldn't get anyone to dance with me, but I wanted to.
Well, I'm going to give you some lessons on how to get someone to dance with you after we do the interview, because I've got it down pat. The only bad thing is I don't ever ask anyone to dance, but I know what to do and what to say, and it works whenever I do it. So I'm going to teach you that.
Okay.
So thank you so much. So let me ask you this. I was setting up. Oh, my pleasure. Hey, come on and join in. Tell me. Come over here real quick. Come on, we're live. Come over here. I would ask you to sit on my lap, but I don't want you to get in trouble. But let me just get you in here. You just said thank you so much right in the middle of what we were talking. What are you thanking me for?
Wonderful concert we just enjoyed.
Oh, you were the lady sitting over there. Okay, now let me
Thoroughly
just. It's
enjoying
amazing.
every
I remember you. You know what? I've been playing since I was 10 years old, and I don't care where I go. I know who's tapped in. When I was a little boy, I used to hear preachers say he can feel spirits or energy in people, and speakers do it too. But as a musician, the same thing. There was a lot of people, including my friend here, who was saying, he could feel it. But I saw you. I knew you were feeling it. You were tapped in, and I want you to know. Let me thank you instead of you thanking me. I appreciate you. What's your name? Where
Tony.
you from? Tony. Where
And I'm
you
from Hollywood.
Oh, you live here. You're local.
Yeah,
Well, my name is Travis Bridges. Find me at travisbridges.com. Follow me. I'm going to be famous one day, and you can get into all my concerts free, VIP. All your friends from now on. You're going to be my special VIP. Travis Bridges. travisbridges.com. Okay, thank you. Okay, take care. Okay, that was amazing. Okay, we're only in 7 minutes, and we're gonna be done in like 15 minutes. But I was getting him. Do you remember what I was saying to him? Do you remember what I was saying to him last?
No.
Okay, so we'll leave him alone. We'll put him on pause for a moment. So tell me, what did you hear, see, and feel? Well, no, before you do that. Did you hear me? Did you see me setting up first?
I didn't. I was back at our
Okay, it was
place.
him. Okay, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to ask him a question now. I'm going to go back to him. Okay, tell me this. When you saw me setting up, what did you think? What were your thoughts?
I saw a good-looking guy and I saw sound equipment, and I asked you, are you setting up for something? And I thought this was going to be good, and it was good.
Okay, was it what you thought it was going to be?
More than it was.
Really?
Yeah.
Because when you see, we can't help but when we see people, some people call it, what do you call it? Stereotyping or something like that. But that's not, I don't think that's what you were doing. I think you were just, watching. What did you think I was going to sound like? What did you think it was going to be like?
I have spent a lot of time on this bench, on this beach, and there's a lot of fantastic things that have happened here. So I wasn't a bit surprised that we had another unique experience. But Travis put out this good equipment. He told me it was good equipment, and I thought, I'm going to sit down and listen. And it was well worth my time. It was that kind of jazz music that you just can't find every day. It was fantastic.
And I want to thank you for that $100 tip. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. He's the only one who gave me $100. Everybody else gave me 50s and 20s.
Oh, boy.
He's the only one that gave me 100, so thank you. Okay, so tell me now, Valerie,
Yes.
what did you hear, see, and feel?
Well, I really like a saxophone. It brought me back to the days when I played the clarinet, and I love the music. I wouldn't say that jazz has always been my favorite music, but because of Jerry, I've listened to a lot of it, and I haven't heard any that I enjoyed more than yours tonight.
Really? Are you not just saying that because we're live?
I am not.
Tell me, what did you like about it?
It was mellow. It wasn't. It was smooth. It was.
Wasn't frantic.
Wasn't okay.
It wasn't frantic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It
Go
was.
ahead.
It was just. It was exciting to hear, and the backdrop, and just watching the people enjoy coming by, watching the little kids.
So, while I was playing, of course, as a technician, I was, paying attention to how my music was sounding, the balance and everything. And of course, I was checking out my Christmas toys. So I couldn't see people the way you guys see them. What did you see and feel on the faces, and what was the expression like for people when they passed by?
Well, they were mesmerized, and some people slowed down, some people kept walking. They had another mission. I watched the women who were staying at the same place we are come down and talk to you.
They were so sweet.
Yeah, and
make sure when I give you guys my YouTube channel, make sure they watch this, because I want you guys to know you guys really made my day. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry, Jerry. Somebody else gave me 100 too. The other guy gave me 100, so you weren't the only one. I got $200 tips today.
Oh, boy.
So thank you. Please let them know that I appreciate them too.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. What else?
I would anytime I heard where you were playing that I could go, I would try to do that. We've heard some great music down here, and this was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
And I don't want to mess on my stuff, what I did, but this was the first time I've ever played in public like this. And I think I'm a perfectionist. I really like to play my best and do my best. And I'm not going to say as far as my sound, because by the time I got set up and people were watching, it's like I have to go now. I didn't tweak anything, or I didn't add anything. I just went ahead and did what I came to do. But so if you like that, I think you would enjoy it if I'm like 100% perfect. I was about maybe 91% today. So with as far as what I believe that system would do with me adding maybe a subwoofer and some more stuff. But I want you to know, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. It means the world to me for somebody to say that, and then I believe you mean it. I don't believe you're just saying that just because I'm here. And I can tell that you guys are sincere. Do me a favor. They say you're not supposed to feed stray animals because you can't get rid of them. I'm going to be your friend for life. Will you guys be my friend for life?
Sure.
Okay. You promise. Yes. When you come here, I'm going to leave you my information. You promise to always reach out to me and let me buy you a cup of coffee and a sandwich and something else. We can sit down.
I'll buy you a cup of coffee.
Okay, I appreciate that. with that being said, listen, we're live on Hollywood Beach. This is Swim, SWIM. I've got Valerie and Jerry from Minnesota. You know who my favorite artist is from Minnesota? You want to take a guess?
Prince.
Listen, say it again.
Prince.
May he rest in peace.
Yes.
I love some Prince.
Have you seen the huge building that has his picture on it?
No, but now that I have friends in Minnesota,
We can send you a picture of it.
well, no, so I'm gonna. There you go. I'm gonna come hang out with you guys, and you guys can take me on a tour to see that.
Okay.
Now guys can come down here. I know there's some places you haven't seen here, and I travel a lot too. If you guys come through where I am, because I get in and out of the country a lot lately, you guys can come hang out with me. I'll show you some of my hot spots too. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. This is a special beach edition of Swim, SWYM. Remember, it's important that you say what you mean and mean what you say, because if you don't, you can be confusing, and we have enough confusion in the world. I believe in my heart that there's an answer to every question, and there is a solution to every problem. And I really think that if we communicate, if we talk, if we say what we mean and mean what we say, if we listen carefully, pay attention to what's being said, we analyze new information, we can always get to the bottom of any kind of chaos. That's a promise. I give you my word, you can do that. With that being said, till the next time, take good care of yourself. Find someone you need to say I love you to. Don't just say it. Say it, mean it, and let it be true. Say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Say goodbye, Jerry. Bye.
Come on, put your hands together. How many of you know he's an on-time God? Listen. He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. Oh, 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 on-time God. Yes, he is. Joseph. Let's get a witness up in here. Hey, you can ask the children of Israel, trapped at the Red Sea, by that mean old Pharaoh and his army. They had a water all around them, and Pharaoh on their track. Out of nowhere, God stepped in. He cut a highway just like that. Now let me tell you, he's an on-time God. Yes, he. Oh, 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 on-time God. Yes, he is. Joseph may not come when you want it, but he'll be there right on time. I'll tell you, he's on time God. Yes. Yes, he is. Come on, Paul.
Listen, you remember the 5,000 hungry souls he fed on the banks of the river with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread.
Yeah.
Well, the miracle he performed for the multitude, and what he done way back then, he do the same for me and you. He's an on-time God. Yeah, yes, he is. Help me sing it, Donnie.
Oh,
he's an on-time
God.
Yeah,
yes, he is.
Joseph,
He may not come when you want it,
but he'll be on
Yes! 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 Yes, he is.
SWYN. Say what you mean. As much as this information is designed to bring awareness to how we listen, hear, and process, it is also a form of therapy. The little person inside of all of us needs to be heard. As adults, even listening to ourselves is a form of healing, strengthening, and growth. It's okay to speak, talk, express yourself, and be heard, even if you're the only listener. If our testimony does anything at all for anyone else, that makes the continued effort worth the time. Get the words out. You'll feel better, and that's a promise. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it.
You know, sometimes it seems like all the good times are gone. But you got to keep on searching. You got to keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. For example, take me standing right here today. I would not be here with you if I believed the things that the people say. You got to keep on searching. Keep on searching. Keep it on the cool side. Keep it on the cool side. Keep on